here given. Today we are going to see the topic differentiation. We have seen this in earlier classes that how to find the differentiation of basic functions using first principle. First principle of differentiation which we have seen in chapter differentiability known as LHD or RHD. In both cases it is first principle. Basic functions are mainly isolate. Isolate, as in the beginning I have taught you, isolate stand for, first is I stand for inverse trigonometric function, L for logarithmic, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, E for exponential. So differentiation of all these basic functions which can be abbreviated in form of isolate. I have written the formula again. I will say this you have seen in earlier classes. This is basically now memory work. You have to mug up them. First one I have taken, whenever x to the power n is given, x variable is given and n is a constant in the power. X to the power n factor is given. This d by dx we use to differentiate the function. This is known as differential coefficient or operator we can say. D by dx of x to the power n is written as n x to the power n minus 1. This is the differentiation of x to the power n. So far we were using first principle, now we have to directly put the value after differentiation. Next, rest these 1, 2, 3 forms I have taken based on this first form only. It is given x. Here x raised to the power 1 is given. So that's why when we differentiate we get 1. So no need to explain, whenever x appears we need to directly put the value 1 upon x, it's a differentiation. If 1 upon x is to be solved, whenever you are given 1 upon some function, that can be brought up and can be written in form of exponent. This will be x to the power minus 1. When operated we get minus 1 upon x square. Similarly, whenever radical sign is given, we know that radical sign are actually given based on fractional exponent. They are related to fractional exponents. So root x can be written as x to the power 1 by 2. And again when simplified using this first formula, we find 1 upon twice root x. The rest of the formula are basics like constant. K constant is taken, its differentiation comes to 0. Constant means what? We have to think of it. This d by dx says that we are differentiating with respect to x. So constant is any term which does not contain x. So whenever it is given alone and we need to differentiate, it will come 0. Next, these trigonometric sin x, its differentiation is cos x. When we take cos x, it becomes a minus sin x. D by dx of tan x is sec square x. And its reciprocal cot x is minus cosec square x. Okay. D by dx of sec x is sec x tan x, but of cosec x is minus cosec x cot x. We see there is a relation in cosec and cot whenever we are differentiating. Now, what is new here in the list? It is inverse trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions, whenever they are taken, sin inverse x we find 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Now, this pattern you see, this is similar to the pattern of Pythagorean identities. We have seen Pythagorean identities sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1. And 1 minus sin square x whenever is given, this converts in cos. So sin and cos both actually are associated with that identity. What I mean to say, 1 minus sin square x, this is equal to cos square x. If you remember, earlier we have seen Pythagorean identities, and 1 minus cos square x, this is equal to sin square x. So here, this way we can connect actually. The pattern comes here. Sin inverse x, its differentiation is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. You see, if I remove this square, I will find under root also square root. So the same pattern I find here. Okay, in place of trigonometric function, x is to be put. And we find that when it is cos inverse x, so here we have minus sign. Only change is minus sign. Now we go for tan and cot. Okay, these are related with complementary angle to each other, like tan 90 minus theta is cot theta and cot 90 minus tan theta. So their differentiation is similar. The only change is minus sign. tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. Cot inverse x is minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. Now maybe you are thinking where to get them from. So once again I'll suggest these also can be obtained using first principle. Okay, all the differentiation basic patterns are obtained from first principle. Okay, now this 1 plus x square, you can see this can be compared to the pattern 1 plus tan square theta, this is equal to sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta, this is equal to cosec square theta. So if you remember these two 1 plus tan square and 1 plus cot square, they make some results. That's why their differentiation we are having in the form of 1 plus x square. Similarly, sec inverse x and cosec inverse x we can find they are similar. 1 upon mod x root x square minus 1, but in cosec we get minus sign, minus 1 upon mod x root x square minus 1 here. Okay, now next one, these are inverse trigonometric function. We are coming to exponential form. Keep in mind, exponential function we consider only when variable x, or like I am taking variable standard variable x only. Okay, so with respect to x we are differentiating, that's why. So variable comes in power, or it's some function comes in power, then only we say this to be exponential function. So when I have written a raised to the power x, here a is a constant. So when a raised to the power x is given, its differentiation is a to the power x log of it to the base e. And when it is e to the power x, a special case of the previous one, so it becomes e to the power x as it is. The simplest one, simplest differentiation of all. When we differentiate log of x to the base a again is a constant. So we get 1 upon x multiplied by log of this base a to the base e. Okay, but special case when this a is replaced by e, which is known as ln x also. So we get only 1 upon x. So these are 21 basic formulae which will help us to find out advanced level of differentiation. Now what else we are going to see? After this we have seen a few rules, those are to be revised. Like 22nd, this property or rules we can say they are, it's first one, when d by dx means the differentiation of two or more functions in addition is taken. Suppose the functions are fx and gx, then this is separable, means we can differentiate this with each function in two terms. But don't forget, differentiation of fx can be expressed as f dash x. So if I write it directly, f dash x means differentiated form and plus g dash x. Similarly, when two functions are given in subtraction, so again this operator can be separated. Here we get directly write f dash x minus g dash x. All these things we have seen in earlier classes. Okay. Third one, which is known as product rule. When two functions are given in product d by dx of uv, then what happens? We alternatively differentiate the function. We differentiate u first, so becomes u dash, we put plus sign, then u as it is, and we differentiate v, becomes v dash. Don't forget u and v are functions of x only. Now this is not limited to two functions, two or more functions, like 3. Suppose you are given to differentiate the product of 3 functions, u, v, w, then one by one we have to differentiate like u dash v w plus u v dash w plus u v w dash. Now we continue. We are having the fourth rule known as quotient rule. Fourth rule is quotient rule. This is applied when you are given two functions in rational form, p by q form. The rule says that first of all you differentiate the numerator multiplied by the denominator as it is, minus differentiate the denominator, then numerator in multiplication, and in denominator we get v square. Very important rule. for differentiation. All these things we have recalled from earlier classes. Now we are going to see the next step, differentiation. Various types of functions and conditions will be given. We have to use all these concepts in those. I hope you understand. We are going ahead with the first topic of differentiation. The first topic which we are going to see is chain rule. Chain rule is applied, this is other than product and quotient rule. Chain rule is applied for differentiation whenever we are given the composition of two or more functions. Now what is composition? Whenever we are given functions in the form of f of gx, which can be written as f of gx. This is known as composition of two functions f and g. Not only two, more can be given. If I write here h of f of g of x, so what does it mean? It means that h of f of g of x. Now keep in mind, these may vary according to the situation. Function we have to think. Here, this is known as core function. Okay, my terminology. This is core function and this is the surface function. Means here three functions are available. More can be given. So every time we need to think of the pattern first. Core function, then as we go outermost function, this will be surface function. Then this is innermost function. This can be compared to not exactly but like Venn diagram. If you have seen the concept of sides, Venn diagram. This is innermost. If I draw, then I find gx is innermost. This is g, outer is f, and outside is h. So chain rule says that when we start differentiation, basic chain rule is a bit different. So chain rule, I will give you the modified pattern. Chain rule when it's applied, it says that we always start the differentiation of surface function. And at last we differentiate the innermost core function. Now what does it say? How we apply? Let's see examples, then easily we will understand. Example, differentiation of root sin x. This is not the basic function, as we see that there are two functions involved. One is a square root function, other is a sine function. So what we do? According to chain rule, what basic theory says, that I am explaining first. According to that, we consider gx as a sin x and fx as x to the power 1 by 2. Okay. Now, how we determine, how we find this is which type of composition? So, if you find f of gx, you can see. So, this will become f of gx. This will become f. Gx is sin x, and since fx is x to the power 1 by 2, so this will become sin x raised to the power 1 by 2. It becomes root sin x. Okay. So how we apply chain rule? In chain rule, this function which is the core function, this is taken as some variable actually, some other letter. So this can be taken as t. And here we will write fx is equal to x to the power 1 by 2. So we will write beta f of t, this is equal to t raised to the power 1 by 2. This way we can do. Okay. Now what happens? When we differentiate this function, so differentiating d by dx root sin x is equal to differentiating f of t. Why f of t? As you can see, first of all it was gx, which can be written as t here. So we are fog of x is equal to f of t. We can obtain fog of. First of all, I have explained how to convert in composition. Now, as I have taken gx to be t, so that's why this gx was replaced by t. So fog of x becomes f of t. So we have to differentiate f of t. Now f of t cannot be differentiated because this is a function in terms of t only. So here what we have to do, chain rule says you can write this as d by dt, means differentiation of ft with respect to t multiplied by, to balance this dt we can write dt upon dx. Okay, so how we do? Now this can be differentiated, but dt by dx means differentiation of t with respect to x again cannot be done. We know that t is not basically as t. This is equal to sin x, means t will be written in terms of x. So we will write this as d by dt. F of t is what? T raised to the power 1 by 2. Put this form multiplied by dt by dx. So this is d by dx. Original value of t comes to sin x. Now easily we can differentiate both of these. It comes 1 upon 2 root t into sin x is cos x. Now what is the value of t? Basically it was sin x. So we can put 1 upon 2 root sin x into cos x. This is the final answer using chain rule. But this was about two functions involved. Okay, I change the theory. I give you, as I said, modified form of the theory, chain rule. What? These things we will not do. You see, other method which I apply and I suggest you to do that. You are told differentiate root sin x. Here I see two functions are involved. Whenever you are given two or more functions as a composition form, then as I have already told you, differentiate the surface function, the outermost function first, and slowly, step by step, you move towards the odd function. Here we are having 1 and 2 functions only. The outermost function is square root, the power. So we will differentiate according to power. Listen to my words, I will give you an example. D by dx of root sin x. We will write this as d by dx. Now root sin x is to be done. If you remember, this should be compared to some basic function. Basic function was root x. We know that d by dx of root x is equal to 1 upon 2 root x. In place of x we are given sin x. So first of all, when I sort out, when I operate the root, so this will be written as 1 upon 2 root not x, we will write root sin x. Now this square root we have operated, put multiplication sign. Now go to the next function, which is sin x. So differentiation of sin x we will do now. Now what is differentiation of sin x? It is cos x. So this way we can directly do using chain rule without any consideration. And I suggest, because when you will be perfect, you have to follow this method only. Not only this, more examples we will consider. And the same pattern I will explain. Like, second example, suppose I say it is log of 10 2x plus 3. Now, first of all, spot how many functions are there. First is log, then 10, and inside I see it is not 10 of x, it is a linear polynomial. So basically 3 functions. So this one will be core function, this is the surface function. So in short, what we can say? Its differentiation will be equal to, first of all we will differentiate log, multiply d by dx, then we will differentiate 10, then multiply d by dx, then innermost 2x plus 3, core function. But here I have not written these in standard form. Log is given without any variable here. The 10 also is without variable. It is just a pattern to understand. Now we will think of this log first. As I see, log is given with the base e. So you might have seen d by dx. In the list you can check d by dx of log x or to the base suppose is given. This is directly 1 upon x. In general, when base is not written, it is e, or this is written as ln also, natural log. Okay. Now, when I differentiate, so as log is given with x, so it becomes 1 upon x, but log is given with this bracket, so d by dx of this whole first will be 1 upon tan 2x plus 3. In place of x, whatever it will, the function will come down in place of x into d by dx of 10. Now we know that d by dx of 10x, this is sec square x. But in place of x, what is given? It is 2x plus 3. So this tan will be sec square as it is. In place of x, we put 2x plus 3 multiplied by. Now d by dx of 2x plus 3 is to be done. Now this is the basic thing. We have to do d by dx goes inside the bracket, can be separated. We will solve it one by one. 2, it's a constant in multiplication with function x. So x when differentiated we get 1 plus 3 as a constant. Single constant, no variable, it becomes 0. So finally we get 2 into 1 plus 0, it is 2. Twice of sec square 2x plus 3 tan 2x plus 3. This way we have differentiated without taking this in composition form. More examples we will consider. I have taken 3 illustrations here to clarify the application of chain rule. Before I go ahead, I will tell you this is the basic thing now, that we have to start with the surface function, outermost function, and step by step we will move towards the differentiation of innermost or whole function. But keep in mind one thing, in any step if you find the power of some function, means x to the power n pattern, doesn't matter which step we are going through, then always first of all power should be operated by the rule of x to the power n. I will give the explanation for this rule. First of all we will see this example, tan inverse sine of x. So I see x is given as a single variable, so this is not a different function. We come next, this is sin x, a complete function, basic function, and then tan inverse. So there is involvement of two functions. One is tan inverse, inverse trigonometric, and next is trigonometric. So what we have to do, if I want to do directly, now I will not clarify, I will not write step by step like I am doing which type of differentiation. If I want to do directly, the same thing we have to give in presentation also. So d by dx is surface function is tan inverse. But we must know what is the differentiation of tan inverse x. Differentiation of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So what function is given in place of x? It is sin x. So we will write first of all differentiating 1 upon 1 plus x replaced by sin x now. So this will become sin square x multiplied by. We will move to the next function which is sin x. So differentiation of sin x, that becomes cos x. I hope it is not very fast but understandable. Okay. So this way we take help of basic function. Now we are moving to the next example. It's given d by dx of sec square 5x plus 1. Two things are there. We can use here trigonometric identity also. 1 upon sec as we know it is cos. Okay. So simply can be written as cos square x. So we will write this as cos square 5x plus 9. If you write first thing d by dx, if I write cos square 5x plus 9, I see there is involvement of cos function and this variable is replaced by 5x plus 9, but power of cos is given. So what was the rule I said? Whenever there is the term of some function to be operated, you see if its power is given, so power will be sorted out first using the rule x to the power n. d by dx of x to the power n, this can be written as n x to the power n minus 1. Now by rule I know this is the outermost function cos. but its power 2 is given. So first I will apply this rule. I will write here d by dx of this 2 will come forward. X means the same base. Power is of cos, so base is cos. So 2 raised to the power 2 into cos to the power 2 minus 1, 5x plus 9 as it is. Try to understand. So this will turn 2 minus 1, 1 only. Multiplied by, now this comes the term of cos itself. Now we will operate cos. So d by dx of cos 5x plus 9, cos 5x plus 9. This will be, as we know, cos x. D by dx of cos x is, you must know, cos x is, see the list, it is minus sin x. So this will be minus sin 5x plus 9 multiplied by, what is innermost core function, 5x plus 9. This also will be operated. We get 5, differentiation of x will be 1. 5 into 1 plus 9 is alone, constant 0. So finally we get 5 here. So simplify, we can write that 5 2s are 10. Cos 5x plus 9, it's a minus sign. So this will be written as minus 10 into sin 5x plus 9. This may be the final form. Further you can simplify more. You remember there is a formula 2 sin theta cos theta. These two are same values of theta. So if I take 2 from this factors of 10, I am having minus 5 only. 2 sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta. So this can be written as sin 2 twice of 5x plus 9, which will become shorter. So minus 5 sin 10x plus 18. This also may be the answer, or you can stop it here, but it is the simplest one. I advise you to write the simplest form of function. I hope you have understood. Don't forget, whenever a function is to be operated, first operate its power if available. Then only the term of function will come. Okay. Now we are having example number 5. We will go ahead with that example. So please see. I hope it is understood. Now we are seeing example number 5 for chain rule. What it says? Log surface function, sine inverse, the second function 4x plus 1, the core function. But for whole we are given power 3. Means first of all, as surface function also is given with some power, so we will sort out power first. So d by dx of this function, d by dx of this function will be written as, first to sort out the 3. 3 is the power of whole function. So 3 and this function raised to the power 3 minus 1, it becomes 2. Multiply. Now we will step by step do the function. D by dx of log to the base e is given. Base e. So log of x is 1 upon x. So here we will write 1 upon x means sine inverse 4x plus 1 here. In place of x we are given this function. Now next term is of sine inverse. So sine inverse when operated, d by dx of sine inverse x is 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So this will become 1 upon root 1 minus, what is given in place of x? 4x plus 1. So this will become 4x plus 1 whole square into, now 4x plus 1 also can be done. 4x plus 1 when differentiated we get 4 and this is 1 becomes 0, finally 4. Now this function we have 4 3s are 12 log sine inverse 4x plus 1 square divided by sine inverse 4x plus 1 under root 1 minus, this can be opened if you want, otherwise you can write it as it is. So this is the simplest form, final answer. I hope you have understood this, the application of chain rule and the first topic of differentiation. See, thank you. That's all.